What's up, everyone? It's Horphany, and today we got an exciting topic for you guys. We're going to talk about 2018 and how to get the most out of your year. You want to start, my love?
Yes, so I think a big component as to where your year is going to go is motivation and really just kind of taking a look at where you're at right now and where it is you want to be. So we're going to give our 4 each, total of 8 because that's his favorite number, pointers as to what has worked for us. He's 30, I'm about to be 30, so we're
The
hitting
same age almost.
almost.
6 months
We're
older.
hitting all the goals, I think earlier than we thought we would you say?
No, earlier because we planned it that way.
Yeah, we're planners, so
We're
yeah.
planners, but more than anything, we're action takers. Massive action.
All right, so he's gonna start with the first one.
So number 1 on my list is to be a warrior, not a worrier. So the difference is warriors take responsibility for anything in their past, present, and future. We are architects of our future. Whereas worriers are those victims that say, oh, I'm struggling or I'm broke or I'm this because of the government, my family, my ex, my past, all that. So number 1 is to take responsibility in order to become a warrior and not a worrier.
Amen. That's a good one.
Give me a kiss.
Don't be a victim of your circumstance. A lot
Right.
of the time, oh, this is what's happening to me, or it's just like whining. It's like, stop it. Like, that happened. Okay, good. Let's move on. But it's a real good one. So the first one for me, yes, is watch and read motivational, whether it's videos, books. He loves ebooks, like that's his thing. Especially like when you're driving somewhere, like you can watch videos about anything. My Mondays, I make sure I watch, anything motivational, and it just kind of just plays, and stuff that's similar to it will start playing. Some of my favorites are Lisa Nichols. I love Tony Robbins. I love Oprah. Reading a lot of biographies as well also helps. Like that way you know what, people are where they are because of, the struggles they went through. That's what made them and who they are.
That's right. Number 2 for me is to always be learning. The day you stop being a student is the day you stop growing. So no matter what level of success you get to, always keep learning.
Another good one is, what's that guy with the high school kids?
Thomas.
Eric
Thomas.
Love him. Love how he's just like in your butt, like just do it. Also Gary Vee, love him. It's no excuses. Stop like, oh, poor me. He has this thing that he says millennials are like stuck on victim mode. And so I love those for sure. That's my number 1.
Your number 2?
My number 2 is my vision board. We actually started pretty early, my sister, my cousins. And this is another one that I got from Lisa Nichols. She kind of does like a quadrant, and it's very specific. I've seen vision boards where people are like, oh, I want to travel and lose weight and, family, love, but there's no like specific goal. So it's like, okay, like how is it that you're gonna have a better relationship with your husband or your boyfriend or your mom or your dad or your family? You need to get specifics, as well as money. You want to make more money, save more money. How are you gonna do that? How many hours are you planning to put in a week, or what's the master plan? You want to eat healthy. How are you gonna learn somewhere about food? Traveling's another one. Where do you want to go? Like being very, very specific. So I think starting early on and kind of doing like a mid-year check kind of helps as well. I think we did 2 last year, right? One at the beginning of the year, and then one like mid-year, and then we did new ones. So I think being like specific and kind of like, specific, what does Lisa say? Specific goal, no. Specific goals equal, I'll get back to you on that one. But point being is, as the more specific you get, the more likely you're gonna see results, because now you know that you're going towards something. So for sure, that's for me my number 1.
Bam! Those dogs are barking in the back. Number 3 for me is massive action. There's people that read a lot and don't apply. That's pointless. If you're not going to take the information that you learn to improve your life or the people around you, then it's worthless. If it's just inside of your mind and you're not applying it on a daily basis, then what's the whole purpose? So massive action is just as, if not more important than learning. There's a quote by one of my favorite mentors that said, if all you needed was knowledge, we would all be billionaires with six packs. So the most important thing above all is action. Okay?
The quote was ambiguous goals equal ambiguous result.
She always remembers, and she'll tell you after she remembers it.
All right, so my third one is success list. So I'm like a list person, like this is me, I'm not even kidding. This is my daily, like I got things to do list, and that's just how I function. So instead of calling it a to-do list, I call it a success list in the morning. So it's kind of like before you start your day, it's like, okay, well, what is it that today needs to happen for whatever, you know, whether it's personal, family, emotional, like you got to make sure you kind of take care of yourself. So whether it's like taking your vitamins, working out, whatever, then you plug that into your day. And so that's just, instead of a to-do list, it's a success list.
To piggyback on that, a big difference is there's a big difference between being busy and being productive on a daily basis, and what's the whole purpose. So massive action is just as, if not more important than learning. There's a quote by one of my favorite mentors that said, if all you needed was knowledge, we would all be billionaires with six packs. So the most important thing above all is action. Okay?
The quote was ambiguous goals equal ambiguous result.
She always remembers, and she'll tell you after she remembers it.
All right, so my third one is success list. So I'm like a list person, like this is me, I'm not even kidding. This is my daily, like I got things to do list, and that's just how I function. So instead of calling it a to-do list, I call it a success list in the morning. So it's kind of like before you start your day, it's like, okay, well, what is it that today needs to happen for whatever, you know, whether it's personal, family, emotional, like you got to make sure you kind of take care of yourself. So whether it's like taking your vitamins, working out, whatever, then you plug that into your day. And so that's just, instead of a to-do list, it's a success list.
To piggyback on that, a big difference is there's a big difference between being busy and being productive. So a to-do list is more like being busy, and the success list is being productive. Broke people stay busy, successful people stay productive.
Amen.
My number 4, it's the most important of all, is to let go of people, things, and environments that no longer serve you. Maybe you had a friendship or relationship or even a family member or a job that maybe served you at a certain point in your life, and now you can't identify the difference, even though you might think about it, like in the back of your mind, you might be thinking or kind of doubting, do I will still want to be with that person, around these people, in this job, in this career? And you have to be able to identify at what point does that, what used to serve you, no longer serve you, and at what point, you know, is it time for you to move on? If you're not able to identify that, just start to think and back. If you currently get frustrated often and with, you know, around those people or maybe around that job or career, but you have to be able to identify. But yeah, so continuing on that is basically anything or any person or thing that no longer serves you, you got to be able to move on. Even some of your friends, if you hang out with 4 broke people, you're going to be the 5th broke person. If you hang out with 4, you know, people that go to the gym, guess what? You're very likely to start going to the gym. Why? Because we adapt to our environment and our surroundings. You become like those whom you surround yourself most with. Or feathers of a bird flock together.
Yeah, and that's so true. And we always say that because we see it. If you kind of stick to the people who you don't want to be like, but it's like you don't evolve from that, you don't grow from that, then what's really happening? What you want is growth. And if the people you're surrounding yourself are the ones that are kind of holding you back, if that's the excuse, then you know you need to let that go. And that kind of, it's like a segue into my last one, is doing what makes you happy. So sometimes a lot of people go to school or go into careers to please others, or what are your parents gonna say, or what are your friends gonna say, or your mentors. At the end of the day, it really comes down to doing things that make you happy, and are just gonna like help your growth. So whether that doesn't make your parents happy, like whose life is it at the end of the day that you're gonna live? Are you gonna do something just to make others happy? So that's something that you definitely get to look at. And that also ties into, like, I have this thing where I started with my, I call it the Powerpuff Girls, my girl cousins. We do this thing where once a month you do something for yourself. Not do something because you have to, like, maintenance status, like your nails or something like that, but something for yourself, like self-love, like what makes you happy. Like me and my cousin, one of my cousins, we love arts and crafts, so like that's our thing. Like when I do that, I feel like all these creative juices going and I'm happy. We'll have like vision board parties, so like stuff like that.
Yeah, so those are the top at the top of each of our lists. So just to recap, for mine is be a warrior and not a worrier. Always learning, massive action, and let go of people or things that no longer serve you in order for you to be able to advance and expand to the next level.
Yeah, and my four were watch/read motivational anything, whether it's books, ebooks, videos, the vision board being very specific, and a success list as well, a daily success list, and then do what makes you happy. Those are my four.
And yeah, so we want to invite you to comment below with what are some of your favorites that you're looking forward to accomplish in 2018, or to finish off this last piece of the fourth quarter in 2017. Comment below, let us know which was your favorite also from the ones we shared. Like, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and tag somebody who should also hear this that would benefit from this. We want to reach out to as many people as we can and really impact as many lives as we can.
Yeah, and so start today, guys. Don't wait till like, oh, the year's starting, let's start a vision board. Like, start today. Get clear on what it is you want. That way, not another year passes that just like, well, whoa, what happened in that year? You know, if you recap, always do your tipping, your bottom as to what it is that, you know, you accomplished in the year, what it is you want to, like, have a game plan, so that way you know what you're working towards instead of blindly just living.
Don't start your day until you finish it. Don't start your week until you finish it. Don't start your month until you finish it. And don't start your year until you finish it. Bam! That's it.
All right, so follow us, like this, and see you guys later.
Bye.